Hi Trinity 3, it's time for that bedtime story. Get comfortable. You can do your belly or your bottom like we do at school, or maybe you're already in bed. You can lay back and curl up in your covers and get ready to listen to Goodnight Moon. This is one of my family's favorite stories. Let's see who was written by. Margaret Wise Brown wrote the story, and the illustrator, the person that drew the pictures, Clementine Hurd. This book does not have a dedication page. I already checked. So we can start reading it straight away. Ready? There's his room. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon. Telephone and a red balloon. And a picture of a cow jumping over the moon. And 3 little bears sitting on chairs. And 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens. Let's look for those kittens and those mittens. Tell me when you see them. Oh, I see them too. 1 kitten, 2 kittens. Yep, and the mittens are right next to the socks. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush. And a quiet old lady who was whispering, hush. A comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush. And a quiet old lady whispering, hush. Good night, room. I've always liked his room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light in the red balloon. Good night, bears, and good night, chairs. I see the picture now of the cow jumping over the moon. And of the bears. Good night, kittens, and good night, mittens. Good night, kittens. Good night, mittens. And good night, clocks, and good night, socks. Where's the clock? I see it. It doesn't look like a clock that we're used to, I don't think. And good night to those socks that were next to the mittens. Good night, little house, and good night, little mouse. There's the little house. And there's the little teeny tiny mouse. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. Let's find the comb and the brush. Remember where they were? They were next to a bowl full of mush. There's the mush. There's the comb and the brush. Good night, nobody. And good night, mush. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady whispering, hush. His room is darker now. And good night noises everywhere. Good night, little bunny. That's such a nice book, isn't it? And good night, Trinity 3.